This week, Moonriver had a phenomenal run, more than 150% in this week. We're going to look at whether or not this run is sustainable and what's driving all of this. This is the rally I'm talking about, more than 250% even in the last month. Now, Moonriver is the smart contract platform on Kusama, and Kusama is the playground for Polkadot. And so we're looking here at several layers of risks stacked on top of each other. First there's Polkadot, then there's Kusama, then there is Moonriver. And so it doesn't surprise that if Polkadot goes up, Kusama goes up more, and Moonriver goes up even more than that. This is what we see in the price charts as well. This here is Polkadot relative to Ethereum. So we're not looking at the US dollar chart, we're looking at the chart relative to ETH, and that matters because we want outperformance, right? We are getting into something more risky than Ethereum in order to gain more performance, right? If you only get Ethereum's performance, why not simply just buy ETH? You buy something like Polkadot, something more risky, something that doesn't have as much adoption because you want to get more performance. And so when Bitcoin goes up, when Ethereum goes up, then of course all the altcoins go up as well, and vice versa. The question is always, is there outperformance by taking on more risk? Now, most of the time that was not true for Polkadot. But since the beginning of October, that has changed. And that's actually not a surprise. If you're following this channel for a while, you know that something happened at the beginning of October in the stablecoin market. If you're very new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to check out other videos on this channel. Now, this is Polkadot relative to Ethereum. This is Kusama relative to Ethereum. Now, Polkadot did underperform ETH in the bear market 90%, but Kusama is pretty much like a levered version on this, minus 96.5%. Now, Moonriver takes this to the extreme. The bear market destroyed the capital by 97.6%. So the movements happen in both directions. When we're in a bear market, the movements get amplified to the downside, but the same is true now that we are in a bull market. Moonriver tends to go up more than Kusama, which tends to go up more than Ethereum. Here, this is Moonriver relative to Kusama, and it outperformed by more than 100%, 115. This is Kusama relative to Polkadot, also outperformed recently by 50%. But besides that inherent leverage that obviously lets Moonriver now push harder, what's the explanation for this massive underperformance? Is this really just risk aversion by the market during bearish times? I'm not so sure. Look at the circulating supply of Moonriver over time. This went up by more than 45% in the last year alone. A very constant, very massive increase. In a bit more than 2 years, the circulating supply went from 1.9 million all the way to 8.7 million. And if the demand doesn't grow as quickly, of course the performance has to suffer, especially relative to Ethereum. Because even though Moonriver might go up when the rest of the market goes up, relative to Ethereum, it cannot outperform when the supply increases that quickly. Here's Moonriver's total value locked over time. This is in US dollars. It was once at almost 400 million, now it's at 11 million. But even measured in Moonriver tokens, not in US dollars, this also went down significantly. From 9 million Moonriver tokens to 500,000 only. The inflation of the DOT token itself of Polkadot isn't that bad though. Moonriver's inflation is very bad. Polkadot's inflation isn't that bad. They're currently at 1.4 billion tokens. And 1 year from now, this will be at 1.55 billion, roughly. So what does this tell us? It tells us that it's very, very dangerous to hold something like Moonriver outside of a bull market. That being said, we are currently in a bull market. The altcoins tend to outperform everything else. People are deploying their dollars for crypto again. The stablecoin market cap is expanding. More and more Tether is being printed, and that's a reflection of people simply depositing their hard-earned cash into centralized exchanges, for example, that then move this forward to Tether, that then prints the tokens, creates the tokens. My approach to rallies like this is to take at least a mental trailing stop loss. So you look at how is the price rising, and you try to take profit as long as we keep on rising. When the price drops by say 20 or 30% more than the historical volatility, then you want to be exiting very fast, because long term, obviously that token supply will again depress the price at some point. For now though, the music is playing, and so this rally can continue for quite a while as long as there is hype around Polkadot. If it's the first time here, feel free to subscribe. There's also a free Telegram, link is down below.